What is going on, guys? Welcome on in. Today we have a trade recap making $149 trading the Nasdaq. Let's get into it. So the play here was a 5-minute daily or 5-minute chart time frame, and it was a simple bull flag break to the upside. Now I will say this, we got lucky. Although we'll check back to the charts. I think I would have gotten stopped out. Let's just get into it. I think I would have gotten stopped out. Yeah, I would have. And it would have well, technically speaking, we did get lucky. So here's the trade. So you can see that I still have it pulled up. It was about a 1.6 or so, 1-to-1 risk reward, meaning I made about 1.6 for what I risked, for every one that I risked, every dollar that I risked. But the thing that I want to say was that there was news that dropped at 10 a.m. Eastern time, which I believe was, where are we? We are on May 3rd. It was ISM services. This is what came out. Now, I didn't really think much of this, let's be honest, right? But, which is why it did not stop me from entering the trade. However, this did come out at 10 a.m., which did cause this spike and then immediate drop, which had I not luckily barely got my target, I would have potentially, well, I could have lost. Now, would I have moved my stop to break even? Very, very likely that I would have moved my stop to break even, because this didn't happen that fast. It happened over the course of a few minutes. So I would have moved my stop to break even, or I would have gotten out for even a smaller loss than I originally thought if I saw that candle, had I not gotten my take profit hit. But I remember sitting here and I was looking at something else, and all of a sudden the alert or the sound went off that the trade got that either take profit or stop hit, and I was like, oh shit. And then I looked and I was like, oh, and then I saw, and the minutes later that it just came right down. I'm like, oh, I got lucky. So simply put, like, I did get lucky to a degree, but prior to that we were looking good. You know what I mean? So the idea was there, but it was a breakout over this level. We had some news this morning. The market took in a positive way, job news. And then we kind of just consolidated and then broke that consolidation 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so after the open. And then I took the trade, and that was really it. So it really wasn't super complex. It was kind of a standard trade that I would take. Sizing wise, we had one account take the trade and made me $115 roughly, and the other account made me $34 because I scale it down to like 35-ish% of the size that I use in this one. It automatically does that on the trade copier. So that's really the deal. If I jump into, let me log into the account here so you can see it, where we're currently chilling at. Now, we've had some ups and some downs. This is on the Nasdaq, so we were able to trade this on not this account. This is a 10K account. This is the wrong account. Let me actually let me log out and then log into the right account. It was on the one account. So we can see where the two balances sit on this guy. And the current situation is that we're more than halfway. Yeah, like as of right now, we do have an open position that is red. So we're currently at 26,169, but if based off of realized gains, we're at 26,222. So if I were to, take a break-even trade on silver, then yes. But we're like more than halfway there in terms of our target to the next stage, and then you only have to make a little bit in the next stage, and then you get a funded account, essentially. So that's that account, and then this is the one that we had some trade copier errors. The thing with the trade copier that I realized is that I figured it out, but I was talking to them back and forth, and the way it worked was if I had it copy my stop and take profit, it was kind of throwing things off. So I have like the parent account, and then I have like the slave account, the copied account, which is this one. And the point of buying the 6K account was just a test. Because then, like, if you pass the 25K account, I would then go to 100K, and then I would want to scale up, right? And so that would be the plan. I just want to make sure that that stuff works. And then the way it works is that if you don't copy, take profit, and stop, it's actually better. So it will just get you in when you buy in and get you out when you get out on your main account. It'll do that on the slave account, because you don't really need to take profit and a stop if it's just going to copy what your executions are. So I was like, oh, kind of makes sense. And so going that route, everything seems to have cleared up, and we've gotten rid of the problems that we've had with the trade copier. Because this account shouldn't actually be in drawdown based off of how I've done on the other account. But the way that I was copying, and I had some mistakes, some trades that I won actually lost on this account, and then trades that I had really good winners. I ended up selling the entire position of like the copy account, whereas I was just taking a partial profit on like Bitcoin a couple months back on the other account, which then Bitcoin went huge. It was a big trade, relatively speaking, so it would have done well. But then this ended up making me like a few bucks when I could have made a lot more than a few bucks. Either way, the point was to test it out. So that's where we currently stand, and it starts the month off with 149 or 148.64 in the green, and here we are, guys. So far, I mean, these numbers are gonna be kind of averaged out because we also, technically speaking, have, two accounts, and we're playing with a 6K and a 25K, which is very, very different size. So our average win loss might be different, but then that's also going to factor into the loss column too. So like if this trade were to have lost, I would have lost maybe like $70 or $60 on the big account, and I would have lost like 10, you know what I mean? 15 on the smaller account, or something like that, whatever the number is. So that would be like, pretty nice or pretty small average. It all evens out. Again, it all evens out. But these numbers might be a little bit different than what I've been used to if I am copying the trades consistently for this month. So that's where we stand. I do have two open positions. One is on silver and one is on Home Depot, which do look decent. I mean, Home Depot looks good. Silver looks at best. I don't love it anymore. It looked good. And then, like, logically speaking, the idea behind silver like made sense. And then it just kind of sputtered out. But I'm probably going to hold over the weekend, and that's it. So, we're swinging, and that's it. Home Depot, really quick, I'll pull it up because I might as well. Had a nice push. I actually got very close to it got to be about $2 away from my take profit this morning, and then it kind of fell back off. But no big deal. I'm not really worried about it. I don't really care. I've moved my stop loss up a little bit, so I'm really risking a very, very small amount on this trade. I could move to break even, but it's a little close for break even, so I don't want to play it that tight. And just to give it some time. And then the target's up around 349, 350. We have earnings on Home Depot, not next week, but the week after that. So ideally by next Friday, I would like to be out of it. But if it's still, close to our target and it hasn't hit by Friday, I could hold it into Monday, but I will not hold it, of course, into earnings, which I believe is on the Tuesday, May 14th. So that's the update. That's trade recap for today. Hope was helpful. And yeah, the 5-minute chart, I guess, kind of is working as of late, but I will take larger size trades when I get my setup on the daily time frame. That is for sure. That is what's going to be going down this month. So there you have it. I'll leave TradeZelle linked up down below. Peace.